They smirked when I stepped in. Not all of them, just enough to matter. A wave of muffled laughter, lifted eyebrows, and sidelong stares spread like fuel waiting for a match. I stood at the edge of the marble lobby, her company's gold emblem gleaming proudly behind the front desk. Someone handed me a champagne flute. I let it hang there, untouched. Then came the punchline. Look who it is, our 1-minute man. The laughter hit harder this time. Someone in marketing nearly spat out their drink. Right on cue, he showed up. The same man who once sat quietly in my accounting department before she promoted him. Her new creative director. Tan, self-satisfied. The kind of guy who believed a spritz of expensive cologne could compensate for a shallow soul. He didn't even look my way when he said, "Get this weak excuse of a man out." Security. I didn't blink. My eyes went to her. My wife. Her champagne glass halted midair. Guilt etched across her features, hidden behind a forced smirk. I studied her. The shape of her lips in that moment of surprise. The way she couldn't look at me. I turned and left, not a word spoken. And that was the final thing anyone ever took from me, without bleeding for it. It wasn't always this way. I met Sophia in the crumbling lobby of a startup I had backed a decade ago. Fresh from grad school, razor-sharp mind and sharper tongue. She had a gift for making you feel like she truly saw you and liked what she saw. At the time, I was building my second company. She brought color into my black and white world. We built everything together, globe-trotting, candlelit dinners over spreadsheets. When we married, I handed her 30% of my company shares. She called it the gesture that sealed our bond. She wasn't in it for the money, she told me. She wanted to build something with me. And I believed her. She said I was always working, that I seemed distant. Maybe I was. But she never mentioned the late-night meetings, the quick-ended calls, the lipstick on shirts that weren't mine. Still, I didn't accuse. I observed. The first sign was small. She changed her phone's passcode. She'd once hand me her phone like it was nothing. Then came the locked drawers in her home office. Trips labeled wellness retreats, booked under the company's dime. I didn't confront her. I paid attention. One night, after another fake headache and her retreat to the guest room, I mirrored her phone onto mine. Every image, every message, pet names exchange, photos in my car, on my boat, in our bed, numb in the chest, but razor sharp in the mind. For the next 6 months, I moved silently, reassigned joint assets into private holding companies, paused all major charges on our business cards. She was too busy playing royalty to notice. I renegotiated supplier contracts, only under my name. Her sleek new office? I owned the land, transferred it to a shell company, then tripled the rent. I updated my will, inserted exit clauses, met with attorneys during holidays, hired private investigators, paid in cash, even the prenup, rock solid, loaded with infidelity clauses. She never bothered to read it, said it ruined the romance. Romance died the moment she laughed with him. So I left that party in silence and pulled every lever I'd built over the last 10 years. First, I froze the business account she used for events, ads, travel. The same fund that powered her parties, influencer deals, spa weekends. I canceled a strategic retreat to Bali mid-flight. 20 execs grounded, stuck with non-refundable bookings. Every reservation made under her name, not mine. Then I called an emergency board meeting. I owned 70% of the company. The instant I withdrew my $97 million in equity, everything crumbled. Vendors panicked. Contract defaulted. Creditors called in debts. Partnerships ended overnight. By the next morning, she walked into chaos, shouting staff, blacked out monitors, locked entrances. That's when the call started. 56 missed calls in under an hour, from her, from him, from the same friends who'd laughed at me just hours earlier. I ignored them all. Then came the knock. It was pouring. She stood outside my penthouse, heels trembling, dress soaked, mascara smeared. No longer the image of power. Just a drenched woman realizing the ground beneath her had always been paper thin. "Why?" she whispered, voice shaking. I stepped aside. Let her in, not out of pity, but power. She looked around. Everything untouched, still curated. Our old life, frozen in place. Photos on the walls. The scent of vanilla and sandalwood hanging in the air. Familiar, eerie. "You humiliated me in front of everyone," she murmured. I turned to face her. "You betrayed me in front of no one," I said. I corrected the imbalance. She sank into the couch, told me she never meant to hurt me, that it just happened, that it wasn't about love, that she thought I didn't care anymore. I let her speak. Then I handed her the envelope. Inside, divorce papers notarized. A complete archive of her affair. Financial inconsistencies. Photos. Messages. Hotel receipts. Her signature already replicated in process. Court approved through legal delegation. It was finalized before she ever walked in. As for her lover, he lost his job the same day. Posted a sob story online. Claimed he was framed. She tried to contain the fallout, but the scandal spread like dry brush fire. Investors pulled out. Her name blew up, but not in celebration. Only scandal. Only betrayal. Only the swift downfall of a woman who believed herself untouchable. I didn't post, didn't explain, didn't brag. I just started over, quietly, precisely. They say revenge is best served cold. I prefer mine forged like steel, sharp, silent, surgical. The kind they never notice until it's already inside. Now and then, I pass the old building where her logo once stood proud. It sits empty, up for lease. Her name stripped clean from the walls, like it was never there. And me? I sleep fine, alone but intact. Never again the joke.